Hey everybody, I'm David Pasqualone with BTK Innovations, and I'm here to give you a quick tutorial on some of the features that are built into your body temperature kiosk. So the first thing you're going to need is just a simple USB mouse. A 3-button USB mouse is all you'll need. If you if you double click the right button, you will go to the Android device settings. However, if you double click the center button, you will go into the settings for the actual software. And that's what we're going to use today. So go ahead and double click. And then what I'm going to do to help you see better is I'm going to zoom in the camera. That way you can get a better view of the screen and get rid of that light. So now what we're going to do is we're going to type in the password. And the password is very complex. It's like Spaceballs luggage. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you guessed it, 6. Now in the settings, you can change it where we're at. However, that's what it comes default from the factory. So once you're in here, the login management is really something you'll use if you're in a large networked environment. We're not going to discuss that in this tutorial. However, application settings. Let's just go through these one by one. So the first thing you'll see is name settings. Let's say you wanted to name the unit. You could type in the name you want of this unit. So if you have multiple offices, like 100 locations, 37 locations, you can type the name for each one right here. Then when it goes to company name, that's where you enter your organization name. So I'm just going to put for this BTK. And then you'll see on the main screen where that appears. Next, it talks about identification of parameter settings. This is something, again, that you're not going to use unless you're really in a networked environment. It talks about the number, the threshold, and the identification times, and is it living body, yes or no? So we are looking for living body, so we'll turn that on. When it comes in here, talks about volume. I have mine shut off so it's not interrupting us as we speak, but you can change the volume level. The startup settings, it talks about how it auto starts, and that's what you want. You want to be able to position your body temperature kiosk, plug it in, and give it just a couple minutes to acclimate to the room, and you're done. Then when you get here, it talks about application information settings. Do you want to hide or display them? So you can click hide, and when the unit starts up and it's scanning people, it doesn't show the information. And then I want to go back. We're going to keep going down, and we'll ultimately get back to the body temperature settings. The password setting is where you can type your old password and the new password. And then when you get down to camera resolution, if you have thousands of employees, a lot of people want to go to the lower setting, but usually the 1280 by 720 is sufficient. It comes default with that. And then you have restart the time. So you can restart any kind of time setting if you're on a network. And then again, you have relay setting and others. But we're going to spend most of our time right here in body temperature settings. So in the body temperature settings, the first thing is you set to test, yes or no. So we have that on because we want to see what someone's body temperature is. Compensation temperature we have set to automatic. Now you can go to manual and go for higher or lower conditions. So if you're in a cold climate or a high climate, you can actually adjust the temperature slightly so the unit is defaulted and it acclimates quicker manually. However, for most people, indoor use automatic is perfect and all you need. Next, you have scene selection. Are you outdoor where the light's bright? Are you indoor where it's normal ambient light? So most of the time you have it set to ambient. Again, the alarm threshold, this is where you'll set it. Now, this is in centigrade, so you can do a quick conversion with Google. So let's say you say, I want to allow somebody in our building with 100-degree temperature, but I don't want them to be 101. Really, you don't want 100 either, right? So 99 is okay, 101's not. This is where you type in your alarm threshold, like when it would signal red up top and when it would say access denied. Then the body temperature alarm, do you want it on or off? Like, do you want it just to show red, or do you actually want it to go like, no, you are not allowed? So that's what that setting is. Okay. Next, temperature display. Do you want centigrade or Fahrenheit? Do you want the unit's fan on or off? The fan makes noise, but it saves the life of your unit. So I like to turn the fan on just so it runs and keeps the unit cooler. Now, here's three things that most people don't know about: mass detection mode, stranger mode, and stranger record. So, what mass detection mode is this: if I turn it on, then it requires people, it'll scan their forehead, even if they're wearing a mask and a hat, but it'll still scan their forehead and say if they're safe to pass, if their temperature is within the right range, or do they have a fever. And it tells you, okay, you don't have a fever, but you cannot enter here unless your mask is on. So that's mass detection mode. Stranger mode is when you want that off or on. If you have stranger mode on, that means anybody can come into your facility. It's just going to scan temperature and say approved or denied. With stranger mode off, it only allows people in your organization who you've already pre-scanned. It's registered them with a facial recognition and you've set them into your database. Same thing with stranger record. Do you want people, if you have it on facial recognition only and someone walks up that's not identified, do you want the stranger record to be kept or not? So that's what we're dealing with here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save and I'm back out. And now I'm going to walk out of the frame. And now when I walk in, you can see it says BTK. It says taking my temperature. And I'm actually going to walk a little bit further closer because I'm at a weird angle. It says temperature 97.9. I'm in the green. So that means I'm good to go. 98.1. I must be talking too much. My temperature's changing. And it says admittance. Okay. Now, again, right here on the camera, it says the name. But if we did do facial recognition, let's get back into the settings. And I'm going to click the magic password 12345 6, hit OK. And then I'm going to do right here. See this third setting? It says face data entry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put an ID in. Now, this can be an employee ID or a random ID you make just for this. So I'm going to do my ID number 777. My name is David. So thank you, Mom. I love that name. Thank you, God. And then make sure your face is facing the camera. I'm going to put the mic down for a second and hit collection. Now, what I see from that is I am an ugly man who needs a hair transplant. But as far as the facial recognition is concerned, it has my picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, scroll down, hit save, and I'm going to hit cancel because this is if I was going to add other employees like back to back, you just have them stand in a row, but we don't need that. So I'm going to back out, right click. And now when I walk in, I say, hey, what's me? It says, whoa, that's David. And he's got a good temperature and he can go in. So that's it. That is the BTK Innovation Scanner. I need to be looking over here. I hope this helped you. If you have more questions, absolutely call our phone number, push number 3 for tech support, and they can walk you through custom settings that this video doesn't cover. Have a great day and enjoy your unit. And I hope you stay healthy and safe for this year and all the years to come. Bye.